Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So, we have Ford staying in the United States. They will create 700 U.S. jobs, and they're describing this as being a vote of confidence in Donald Trump. This is from CNN Money. Ford is canceling plans to build a new plant in Mexico, and it will invest $700 million in Michigan instead. This, as a result, will create 700 new U.S. jobs. So we have Ford Motor Company going to be staying in the United States, investing in America. Ford CEO Mark Fields said that the investment is a vote of confidence in the pro-business environment being created by Donald Trump. However, he stressed that Ford did not do any sort of special deal with the president-elect. "We didn't cut a deal with Trump. We did it for our business," Fields told CNN in an exclusive interview on Tuesday. The $700 million investment will go into the Flat Rock, Michigan area, and it's going to be a plant there to produce more electric and self-driving cars. Ford believes electrified vehicles will outsell gas-powered vehicles within the next 15 years. So, there you go. Ford is planning to roll out 7 new electric vehicles in the next few years, with the Mustang hybrid included. So, there you go. You have Ford investing in the United States of America. It's absolutely fantastic. And, you know, it's really nice to see more jobs coming here, because I remind you, it wasn't too long ago that we had Carrier air conditioners, where Trump negotiated a deal with them to keep their plant, to keep their manufacturing plant here in the United States. So, I mean, guys, I tell you, it is really just amazing to see the prosperity that is occurring with Donald Trump just as president-elect. And it's going to be quite fascinating to see how he does when he actually gets into the White House. And we're just a few weeks away from that, just a few weeks away from Trump being inaugurated. So, you know, we definitely are counting down for that and getting Obama out of there as fast as possible. Another thing that we have in the news, Megyn Kelly is apparently leaving NBC, or excuse me, Megyn Kelly is apparently leaving Fox News to go to NBC. This is according to the New York Times. And one of the interesting things here is that, because I was, you know, watching all this as it's unfolded, how she completely went after Donald Trump during the primaries and in the general election. But Megyn Kelly announced this on her television show yesterday evening. So, I mean, guys, she's headed to NBC to be pampered, I guess. New York Times is a big, long piece on here. For Megyn Kelly, the shift from Fox News to NBC, where she will host a daily, daytime, and a Sunday news magazine program, will be the test of whether she can connect with a broader audience in a different format and reach another level of television stardom. But her move, announced on Tuesday, has broader implications for the television news industry, raising new questions about the future of Fox News, where she was a presence in an opinion lineup heavy with right-leaning ideology, and of NBC News, which has been a long time, basically a negative for conservative press critics. And it comes all, let me reread this. And it comes as all news organizations prepare for a new era of media coverage that arrives January 20th with the inauguration of Donald Trump. The Murdoch family, which controls Fox News' parent company, 21st Century Fox, has become so invested in Ms. Kelly as a franchise that they were prepared to pay her a salary of more than $20 million a year. People inside and outside the network widely took that to mean that the Murdochs were staking the network's future on a journalist who's effectively made her name by upending the expectations for a Fox News anchor. For instance, by publicly taking on the Republican nominee for president. But now Fox News, I guess, is separating ways with Megyn Kelly. And I'm going to tell you, Megyn Kelly is very unprofessional, in my opinion. I mean, like what they said, she took on a Republican nominee for president. Well, I mean, there you go. As a journalist, you're supposed to be unbiased. What was she doing? She was attacking Donald Trump. So that's not a journalist. I guess that's what journalism means in the United States now. But I think that MSNBC or NBC, wherever she'll end up, she's going to be on NBC. Just want to clear that up. She's going to be on NBC, but unless she's demoted to MSNBC. But she's going to be on NBC. We'll see where she ends up in the long run. But yeah, that's a better place for her, I think, than being at the Fox News channel, because she's really just quite progressive. She's quite liberal. A lot of people I know were turning her off as soon as she comes on because they are just disgusted with hearing her. So I think she'd have a better place at NBC than she would at Fox. And, you know, but hey, Fox still wanted her. They were going to pay her $20 million. But you look at the Fox News anchors that have left out of there. You have Greta, that's it. You had Greta that left. You have Tucker Carlson, who took her place. Now you have Megyn Kelly that's leaving. Maybe we can get Todd Starnes to have a daily show now. That'd be great. But they just gave her that daily show on there. They gave her that show, The Kelly File. And originally, you know, she was didn't have her own show like that. I guess Bill O'Reilly contributed to that before the primary election, but after the primary election occurred, she really just drew a lot of criticism from Fox News viewers. But now she's out of there. She's gone. She's going to NBC. She announced it yesterday. She's going to be leaving Fox News Channel at the end of this week. So, you know, good riddance, Megyn Kelly. But anyway, have another thing here for you. This is Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi has been pleading with Republicans to give Obamacare a second look after the fate of Obamacare is, well, quite grim, but better for America. Nancy Pelosi stated that Republicans really need to give Obamacare a second look. We have the audio bit from Fox News. Go ahead.
Just saying, Nancy Pelosi now pleading with Republicans, saying, give Obamacare, just give it a second look. Here's what she said.
The fact is, it's the old thing of going into a china shop. You break it, you own it. And they're dealing with something that is very, when I say complex, it's sophisticated.
It's amazing how some people can open their mouths and instantaneously the connection between the mouth and the brain is lost. I mean, Obamacare destroyed the American healthcare system. So yeah, you break it, you own it. Democrats, you own Obamacare. Premiums have been hiking. People can't afford it. It's completely made a mess of things in the medical industry. Doctors hate it. I mean, I can go on and on and on. People hate Obamacare. So yeah, Democrats, you broke it. You own it. You're responsible for this. And that's exactly why candidates that ran in this last election and the elections prior to that, when they ran on defeating Obamacare, almost all of them won. That was a very popular thing to run on. That's really what many people believe boosted Donald Trump's ratings there towards the end of the general election. He started combating Obamacare, and people want Obamacare to be defeated. So, you know, Nancy Pelosi, yeah, you broke it, you bought it, you passed it, now we know what's in it, it's going to be terminated. The Obama legacy is going to be gone in just a matter of months. Thank God Almighty. I mean, I tell you, this is just absolutely pathetic. But the Democrats, hey, they, of course, I can't blame them. Of course, they're going to want Obama's signature policy to remain implemented. But unfortunately, for them anyway, fortunately for the nation, when Republicans control the Senate and they control the House, yeah, it's as good as gone. And by the way, I have another audio bit that I want to play for you right before we end up coming on to our commercial break. But it's pertaining to the news media. We're going to get into that a little bit again. But you have Conway, who is going to serve as an advisor for Donald Trump while he is serving as president. Conway was on the Today Show talking to Lawyer, is that it? Is that his name? Matt Lawyer or something like that. Well, anyway, Lawyer said to Conway, I'll call him Matt. Matt said to Conway that the last Trump presser was when he called on Russians to hack Hillary. I mean, this is...
Real quickly, when's he going to have a press conference? He promised one in December to talk about conflict of interest with his business. Last time he held one was 159 days ago. He famously, at that point, urged Russian hackers to look for Hillary Clinton's emails. When is he going to hold a press conference? And when is he going to divulge what he says he knows that others don't know about that Russian hacking?
Well, I'll take the second part first.
Let's hang on to that for a minute. All right. Here's the thing. Trump called upon Russia, according to Matt, called upon Russia to hack Hillary's emails. Donald Trump was clearly saying it in a joking manner. I mean, you can't joke with these people. They are completely out of touch with reality. They take everything that a person says in literal context. So if you can say, oh yeah, Russians might be a good idea to pay attention to Hillary, that's really what this entire thing is based upon, I think. I mean, we have an audio bit from Julian Assange that I want to play for you of his interview with Sean Hannity, and he said multiple times that he did not get his information from Russia, all right? It was from a guy who leaked it out to WikiLeaks. Now, here we have Matt Lauer, or whatever his name is, the Today Show, Mr. Today Show man, on there talking about how Trump has not held a press conference. Why do they have such a massive issue with Donald Trump not holding any press conferences? But when Trump was holding press conferences and Hillary wasn't, they didn't make much of a big deal about it. Well, she's busy. I mean, guys, I got to tell you, it's absolutely pathetic. But anyway, I want to hear Conway's answer just to clarify on those remarks. Go ahead.
I have a briefing by our top intelligence officials early this week here in New York, Matt and Katie, at which time he will perhaps learn more about what they say. We're tired of the insinuations and the blind quotes and people really leaking to the press rather than dealing directly with what may or may not have happened with the hacking.
But will he tell the intelligence officials what he knows that others don't know?
He may, but I think every president-elect ought to know things that the rest of us when it comes to our intelligence. And it's
So what is Matt saying there? Well, shouldn't he tell us everything that he knows? Shouldn't he tell us everything? No. He's president of the United States. He has the ability to determine what information should and should not be released to the public. I mean, the media is so out of touch in this country. It is just absolutely pathetic. It really is. I mean, these guys do not use common sense. They are really just begging the Trump administration to give them stuff pertaining to this. But here's the deal, guys, that I really want to focus on. What are they basing these claims upon? Just something that the Obama administration said, that the Russians hacked Hillary's emails. The Obama administration, the executive branch, releases a statement that the Russians hacked Hillary's emails without providing any ounce of knowledge. Just take her word for it. They hacked it. And we're supposed to believe them. This is an administration that have proven themselves time and time again that they are not trustworthy. So no, we can't take their word for it. And honestly, this all started with Donald Trump joking that Russia should look into Hillary's emails. It's really where all of this started. Trump joked that Russia should look into Hillary's emails, and the media has turned that around, along with the Obama administration, that Russia took that as a call to action and hacked Hillary's emails. And by the way, I just learned from the Fox News interview with Julian Assange that, you know what John Podesta's password was? Password. That's why it was hacked.
Liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program, the youngest syndicated talk radio personality in the country, as named by Talkers Magazine. It is great to have you with us. So, I have an audio bit here that I want to play for you. Yesterday, Julian Assange was on Fox News with Sean Hannity and was doing an interview pertaining to all the information that he discovered regarding this election, regarding Hillary Clinton, and the Democratic scandals, okay? Well, anyway, in this interview, Sean wanted to ensure from Julian Assange, and get him on video saying this, that Russia was not responsible for leaking that information to WikiLeaks. The information that WikiLeaks obtained was due to insider information, all right? What that means is that it was leaked out of somebody, more than likely, in the Democratic Party. So it wasn't from a country, information obtained by country through hacking, from any state party, or from Russia. Julian Assange made that perfectly clear. We have the audio bit here for you. Go ahead and listen to this. Assange stated that the media is colluding also with the Democratic Party. Go ahead.
I said in my country, Julian, that journalism is dead. I said it in 2008 because I was investigating Barack Obama and his backgrounds and his associations and his career and his lack of knowledge and his radical belief system. And everybody in the media ignored a lot of it. So my question to you then is, now knowing what WikiLeaks revealed about the Podesta emails, on Clinton corruption, on pay-to-play, on Bernie Sanders being cheated. All of this is revealed. Not a lot of it was covered. So what does that say to the American people about media coverage in America? Dishonest?
It's very dishonest. Corrupt is interesting. It depends on your definition. If you look at what we published in the Podesta emails,
if they're colluding with Hillary, that's not corrupt.
It's an ethical corruption.
They're not identifying it to their audiences. They claim that they're objective journalists.
It's ethically corrupt. Corrupt by corruption also means something in law, which is that you're taking money in exchange.
Okay.
So I don't think that
collusion.
They're colluding, yeah.
Okay, because they share her political agenda. Well, why else would they collude? Or they hate Donald Trump?
I think that's an optimistic interpretation, that they share the political agenda.
Well, explain that.
It's more like, you rub my back, I'll rub yours. I'll give you, I'll give you information. You'll come to my, I'll invite you to my child's christening or our next big party, or do you know what I mean? We go to school
or a state dinner.
Yeah. So I think it's more, sadly, I think it's along those lines.
But I look at this list of what WikiLeaks exposed for.
Can I just go back to this media question? What is the line now in the New York Times, MSNBC? Okay, the line is that WikiLeaks changed the result of the election. Okay, and as editor of WikiLeaks, we're quite happy to have the credit for exposing the corruption and behavior that was occurring in that Clinton team, and the DNC fixing things in relation to Bernie Sanders. We're quite happy to accept that.
Was that your motivation? Was your motivation to influence the election, or is your motivation? What is your motivation? Is it fidelity to truth?
My motivation for maybe 20 years, but 10 years with WikiLeaks, has been to publish true information that is otherwise unsayable. So we're not in competition, if you like.
You have no political agenda.
That is a political agenda.
We have expose the government corruption?
It's not a party political agenda. It's a philosophical agenda. We believe that the best type of government comes from a government that is scrutinized by the people when they have true information about how government and major corporations and other power actors in society actually behave.
Let me ask this. As a conservative, one of the things that shocked me about the revelations with WikiLeaks in this election cycle, it drove me crazy for years. The narrative that would be used by the Democrats about conservatives like myself as Republicans are racist, that they're sexist, that they're homophobic, that they're misogynistic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, all those lines are used. And what was fascinating, and not many people wanted to pay attention to it, and I think that's because of the media collusion, is they were exposed as using racial language, being anti-Semitic, homophobic, which led to, on the eve of the Democratic convention, Debbie Wasserman Schultz being fired. That to me was the type of thing that you sort of like open a window and things are not often the way they appear. Is this now a new reality going forward in terms of if the media is not going to do their job, there are going to be more WikiLeaks in the future?
Well, I certainly hope so.
So there you go. That is Julian Assange right there, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, that is just so absolutely revealing. I think that this is a guy that is interested in promoting the truth and getting this information out and exposing information that he believes and that, I think is pretty much agreeable by most people, should be released to the American people, because this garbage that is taking place in the Democratic Party pertaining to the rigging of the election, pertaining to, really, I would call it corruption. I mean, Julian Assange wanted to get into the technicalities of that, but I would call it corruption, definitely. And I think most Americans would agree it is corrupt. But, guys, it is, it's quite revealing, the information that he provided about how the media has been colluding with the Democratic Party, as he put it. And another thing that I want to put out here is that there was some lady that was on I forget what her name is, but there's some lady that was on let me find it. It'll just take me a second. That was on one of the major networks. Yeah, it was Fox Business. And she was saying that Julian Assange is extremely anti-American, implicitly or explicitly anti-American. Now, go ahead and listen to this. I'm just interested in hearing her commentary on this.
Got it. In an exclusive interview with Fox News' Sean Hannity, he was asking WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange about the source of his leaks in the dump during the height of the election season.
Can you tell the American people 1,000% you did not get it from Russia or anybody associated with Russia?
We can say, we have said repeatedly over the last 2 months that our source is not the Russian government and it is not a state party.
So that's Julian Assange right there saying that it's not state government, not the Russian government, okay? Well, anyway, Washington Free Beacon reporter, I believe her name is pronounced Lachlan Marquet. She described Julian Assange as anti-American in a television appearance on Fox Business. Go ahead and play it. This is it.
All right, that, of course, part one of Sean's interview with Julian Assange, and it airs tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on Hannity on the Fox News Channel. All right, the party panel is back to discuss. Kristen Hegland, Andy Levy, and Lachlan Marquet. So what do you think of Assange's comment that you really shouldn't believe the hype?
As someone who published a lot based on the Podesta emails that they leaked, I do not trust a word that Julian Assange says. I tried to judge the content on its merits and whether I thought that was authentic. But
did
this
you think
is a man,
it was all authentic?
Yes, the Podesta emails I did. I thought there was enough corroboration, and I think they would have denied it so immediately if any of it had been fake.
Yeah.
But Julian Assange is explicitly anti-American in his views. He has stated that his goal is to render the U.S. government, which he calls an authoritarian conspiracy, completely inoperable by making internal communication impossible.
Yeah.
So, I think his motives on their own, especially for folks on the right, we should really be, at the very least, wary and at most...
Now, this is a guy from Washington Free Beacon saying that we should be wary of Julian Assange. I think he was trying to reveal the truth, but we'll see what happens. WikiLeaks has announced that in 2017 they have something big planned too, so we'll see what happens.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Russia's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger.
Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China...
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
So some genius that's up on Capitol Hill, his name is Steve Cohen. He is a representative in the House from Tennessee, decided to compare Donald Trump to Fidel Castro. From Washington Free Beacon, Representative Stephen Cohen, Democrat from Tennessee, compared President-elect Donald Trump to the recently deceased Cuban dictator Fidel Castro on Tuesday, describing the two as similar. If that's the case, the Democrats would absolutely love Donald Trump. While discussing Trump's cabinet selections and his views on Russia, Cohen told CNN's Carol Costello that the president-elect and the former communist dictator share a lot of personality traits. Here is Mr. Cohen. I'll tell you, this is stupid.
The scary thing is about his position with Russia. The last two people I remember in this Western Hemisphere that were so close to Russia were Arm & Hammer, who loved oil and money, and Fidel Castro, who loved to talk for long periods of time, hated disloyalty and dissent, and eliminated it, and was very much an egocentric individual.
So wait. He was an egocentric individual, Fidel Castro was, according to Mr. Cohen. And he was this brutal, awful person that we're receiving from this guy. But here's the deal. Obama was buddy-buddy with him. So if Fidel Castro was such a horrible leader, which, don't get me wrong, he was, it's conservatives who've been saying that for a long time, then why are liberals so fond of him? Why were the media so distraught? Why was the media so tearing up when he died and he was in like a little grave and then they set him on fire and he burned in hell twice? Why do you think, guys, that the media has been embracing him and the liberal left has been embracing him? It's because he's a liberal icon. This guy is fantastic, according to the Democrats. But here we have Democrat from Tennessee, Stephen Cohen, comparing Donald Trump to Fidel Castro, using that as an insult. Keep playing it.
So you're comparing Donald Trump? You're comparing Donald Trump to Fidel Castro?
Personality traits, indeed. Castro
Really?
wanted to be. You watch the Netflix program on Cuba Libre.
Watch
Castro
Netflix.
needed to be the center of attention at all time. He executed certain of his comrades for trumped-up charges because he wanted total control and wanted to put that fear into people. He was very close to his family, and he had a multitudinous family, didn't trust others, and it was all about him and public speaking, and he liked to speak on ad infinitum. He was not, with the exception of the fact that he was dedicated to a philosophy and to his country, making allegiance with Russia, there are a lot of personality traits that are similar.
So, Representative Steve Cohen just said that Fidel Castro killed a lot of people and is using that as a comparison to Donald Trump. And because Donald Trump likes to campaign, as typically every politician does, he's similar to Fidel Castro. And why? Because a documentary on Netflix told him so. What an imbecile. I mean, guys, I'm sorry. These people are so absolutely pathetic. And the thing that gets me is that one minute they're praising Fidel Castro, the next minute, no, he was a bad guy. He was horrible. He killed people. I mean, make up your mind. Are you going to support him? Are you going to hate him? Are you going to praise him up? Or are you going to tear him down? I mean, guys, it's so dumb. I mean, they don't know what they stand for as a party. They don't know what they believe. I mean, Fidel Castro has far more in common with the Democratic Party than he does any Republican. I'm just going to tell you that right now. The guy was a what was he, a socialist? Communist leader? I mean, guys, they are so mixed up. They don't know anything that they're talking about. It's so dumb. But anyway, have something else that I want to bring up here for you. This is out of a college that is apparently undergoing critical self-reflection of masculinity for all male students. You have this article from thecollegefix.com. They cover a lot of stuff pertaining to what's going on in various colleges. It's right-minded news and commentary, and they offer commentary from around the country. But anyway, the University of Wisconsin-Madison is currently taking application for its Men Project, a 6-week program that aims to counter the alleged harmful effects of society's masculinity and pressures and empower participants to promote gender equity. The Men's Project creates a space for critical self-reflection and dialogue about what it means to be a man and how masculinity impacts us and those around us. Organizers state in promoting the effort. So basically, what is taking place here is that you have some liberal lunatics at Wisconsin-Madison that are trying to completely destroy masculinity. Because I guess, according to the liberals, the ideal man is a guy that carries a purse. I mean, seriously, they have completely destroyed masculinity. And the thing that gets me is, if there are no characteristic differences between a man and a woman, then what's the sense of sexuality? If a man is equivalent to a woman and they're both exactly the same, then wouldn't that mean that sexual orientation is in opposition to this idea of gender equality? I mean, because if a man is equal to a woman, then why should a person like a man over a woman? Why should a person like a woman over a man? It doesn't make any sense. So if genders are exactly the same and gender is irrelevant, then what is the point of sexual orientation? There isn't one, because according to these people, genders don't exist. Genders don't exist. Masculinity? No, that's going out the door. We don't need masculinity anymore. Guys, I tell you, this nation has become so messed up, and I pray to the Lord Almighty, literally, that this stuff will be taken care of when Donald Trump gets in there. I mean, because it's just insane. We have a war on masculinity, a war on men going on in this country. And I've got to tell you, I was watching a video that was from BuzzFeed, and you have to excuse me for putting it this way, but I'm just going to tell you how outrageous this video was, all right? There's a thing called mansplaining, and I don't know if you guys know what it is, but basically it's where men, when they sit down, they have their legs so they are a little bit wider apart than women, for obvious reasons, okay? I don't have to get into detail on that and get, disgusting with it. But anyway, you guys understand that, right? Well, anyway, there's a name for that now. I just thought it's called sitting down, but according to the liberal feminist Nazis, feminazis, there you go, the Rush Limbaugh's term, but according to them, I guess that is called mansplaining, and that is sexist. So, how dare a man take up more room on a seat while sitting down because it's comfortable? How dare a man do that? That is a man trying to show his dominance over women, and we can't have that. I mean, guys, I tell you, I think eventually it's going to get to the point where feminists are going to require mandatory sex changes for every male born. That's how stupid this thing's getting. I mean, why in the world would you find an issue with the littlest things? They look for stuff to complain about, and now here we have an entire course that is being created, an entire program created by Wisconsin-Madison to attack masculinity. Why? Because it is sexist, and we can't have sexism in 2017. How dare you act like a stereotypical male, you horrible person.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
It safely eliminates stress and anxiety. It makes commuting, driving your kids around, or driving a truck more fun. It makes gift shopping easier. It's Happy Driving Stress Reduction, a revolutionary patent-pending tool that works while you drive. Find Happy Driving Stress Reduction on iTunes, Amazon, or Google Play. Make life easier. Buy Happy Driving Stress Reduction today.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Go get your copy of Prelude to World War III, The Rise of Islamic Republic and the Rebirth of America. World War III Series Volume 1, available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon by the authors James Rozone and Miranda Watson. By the 2020s, America was no longer a world superpower. The military had been cut to a bare-bones level, and while the U.S. was focused internally, the door opened for new powers to emerge on the world stage. In the wake of this power vacuum, China.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the WCNR News Network, where America comes to talk.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Kim Kardashian is trending on Facebook. Why are people obsessed with her? I don't understand the big obsession with the Kardashians. Why do people even put them in the news? Kim Kardashian West returns to social media with family photo. Thank you, Facebook. Why do I need to know that? Why should I care? I don't know. These people. Oh, Hillary Clinton's trending too. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush to attend Trump inauguration. So I guess the Bushes finally are deciding to, or at least one of the Bushes decided to come. Guys, I'll tell you, it was really making the news and the headlines because George H.W. Bush, George W.'s father, was stating that he wasn't going to be coming to the inauguration of Donald Trump, and the reason why was because he's 93. Well, Jimmy Carter's 93 and has cancer, and he's coming. But anyway, Jimmy Carter was the first president to reserve his seat at the inauguration, believe it or not. But a lot of people were wondering, well, is Hillary Clinton going to attend? Is Bill Clinton going to attend? Is George W. Bush going to attend? So, yeah, you're going to have George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Jimmy Carter all attending this event. So the only one that is not going to be attending that was a former president that is still alive is George W. Bush. George H.W. Bush. Excuse me. George W. Bush is going to be there. Senior is not going to be there. W is going to be there. Junior. Okay, so there you go. But anyway, so that's what we have going on there. Charles Manson, by the way, is in the hospital. Apparently he is seriously ill. He is out of jail. He was moved to the hospital, sources say. According to the LA Times, the mass murderer, Charles Manson, was taken from a Central Valley prison to a hospital for an undisclosed medical issue, two sources familiar with the situation said. So, we have that going on. You have Celebrity Apprentice is another thing that's in the news. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a new tagline on there. Take a guess what his tagline is. You're terminated. You're terminated. You're gone. He told one of the people that he fired to go to the chopper. That was seriously. So, yeah, he's using his classic Terminator taglines on this new show. So, yep. So that's another thing that we have going on there. That's, I guess, the new tagline for Celebrity Apprentice. So, yeah, now that we've covered all the important stuff and we're getting down to the dirt of the news that no one really cares about. Low information stack. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Eli Manning, that was another thing. Eli Manning definitely wins this round against Odell Beckham Jr., and that's a sports story. So, New York Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. and some teammates have received some criticism over a quick trip to Miami that apparently they went on after Sunday's win just a little while ago. So apparently they're getting criticism for stuff. Not really interested, don't really care. So, yep, that's the news for January 4th, 2017. You heard it right here on the Caiden Cowger program. So, guys, I got to tell you, it'd really be nice to start getting more positive stuff going on in the news, wouldn't you say? I mean, I'm tired of all this grueling stuff, but it seems like that's all it is anymore. And I'm just hoping and praying that the next 4 years and potentially the next 8 years will be a lot better for our nation. And I have good hopes for 2017. Hope that everything works out well for us. And, guys, hang on to your New Year's resolutions. Don't give up yet. I don't really have one. All right, guys. I want to thank you for listening to us tonight. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, Go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.